Hi, this is Monty from Mote Park Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just come into us. This is our Nissan Note. It's our 1.4 SE petrol, and this particular car is a two-owner from new, covered 115,000 miles. Please don't let that frighten you away, because the car drives really well. The one thing I want to say about service history, that was it. This car's got 8 or 9 service stamps from memory. I think it might be 9, but let's just say it's 8. And it recently passed its MOT. Well, it was MOT'd and serviced at the same sort of time. There's no advisories on the MOT whatsoever. So the reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We tell you exactly how it is. Please feel free to read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine reviews, verified purchases. Everything is 5-star. But we're sure we're going to get a bad one along the line, somewhere along. I do try and tell customers, this isn't going to be a brand new car. She is 11 years of age. She's covered 115,000 miles. The reasons we tend to do these videos is just we'll try and pick up any imperfections. We'll tell you exactly how it is. Now, the reasons why I'm holding the camera on the registration number is please feel free to jot it down. Do any checks that you need to do, MOTs, mileage checks, verifications, that type of thing. So, whether you are 2 miles away or 200 miles away, the vehicle should be as I've described it. Now, dealers have started to do these videos. A lot of them tend to be about a minute long. Unfortunately, mine tend to be about 8 to 10 minutes long, but it's quite detailed. So yeah, they'll have a sort of 30-second, minute-long video, loads of music in the background. You won't really pick anything up, and it's a waste of time doing it, really. So we'll tell you exactly how this car looks and what we've seen, anything we've picked up on it. Now, unfortunately, this is probably about my 5th or 6th take on this video, because I am in a public park. People do walk past, running past. You get a few comments, what have you. Now, weather-wise, it hasn't been on our side. It started to spit. It's been spitting for a little while, but I've picked a place that's slightly sheltered, because again, we tell customers never really buy a car in the rain. But we'll just do our very best for you, because I've had a few people that have emailed me and inquired about the car, because we only had some sort of, basic photos on it, not of the car itself, just the one saying the photos will be turning up. So we'll start off on the driver's side front. Now, the tyres have approximately got 7mm on the front. They've got about 4.5mm on the rear. Plenty of tread on the tyres. Front ones are matching, rear ones are matching as well, so matching mate. Alloy wheels looking really good shape. There's a few little scuffs here and there, but it's to be expected. It's an older car. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hold the camera as still as possible down the side. Hopefully you can try and pick up some of the reflections, and it all looks really good. There's no great big gouges, no great big dents, nothing like that that's untoward on the side of the car. Now, there are going to be a few little chips here and there. We've touched a couple of them in, but unfortunately my touch-up colour for this car, I've just run out. So there's a couple of bits that we still need to do, and I'll point them out to you. And let's go to the back of the car. Now, you can probably see there's a little bit there on the bumper that needs to be touched up, and that will be done, because again, I've just run out of the touch-up pen. And then if I show you from the back to the front, hopefully you can still pick up them reflections. There's no dulling of paint, all looks really good. So one bit here, which is on the bumper. Now, if I took a picture back here, you probably wouldn't pick much of that up, but I just wanted to point it out to you. Okay, there's a few little stone chips that are along the leading edge of the door. They've been touched up already, and I think you got 1 or 2 along here. But quite minor for an 11-year-old car. There's 2 keys with this vehicle. You get your air conditioning, you get your armrest there for the driver. You've got 4 electric windows and your isolator for the rear windows. You've got children, and you've got child locks on there as well. You've got your electric mirror adjustments on here. As I mentioned, that's all your heater controls, your air conditioning. Radio works fine. You've got a cubby hole right at the top there as well. Okay, let's see if I can try and show you the headlining. Hopefully you might be able to pick that up. It's lovely, really nice and clean. There's no staining, nothing like that. It's not kind of smoker's car. Now, steering wheel, you're going to get a little bit of wear around the steering wheel, but it's to be expected. Again, it's an older car, it's not going to be brand new. Okay, and as I mentioned, it's got 115,000 miles on the clock. Won't pick up now because I haven't got the ignition on, but I can put the ignition on for you and show you. Now, that's what it will show you in terms of mileage due to the next service, which is 12,000 odd, and then that's your mileage on the car. All your lights that you've got around here, they'll all go out when you start the car up. So let's go around the back. Hopefully you can try and pick that up. It looks really nice and clean. You've got centre armrest, and then you've got these serving trays for the kids. So little trays that pop up like that. You can put your drinks in there. You've got one both sides. Work absolutely fine. Electric windows on the back, and then you've got your child locks just on here. Let's go around the back of the car. Now you've got a few stone chips again. These are going to be touched up. There's a couple around the bumper just around here. One there, one there, one there. There's about 3 or 4 on the back bumper. Show inside the boot. Now these have got a kind of like a double tier effect. You've got a full set of mats in the car. Well, they're actually all in the boot. So you've got this sort of section at the top, and then if you pull that up, and you've got another section below, and that's where all your mats are. Original Motorline Nissan number plates on the front and the rear. Show you around the back of the car here, but everything really looks good. Just a couple of chips that I mentioned to you up there. Okay, now coming down this side of the car, hopefully again you can try and pick up the reflections. All looks really nice and bright. There's no dulling of paintwork, anything like that. Apologies, it's just started to rain a little bit heavier. Okay, and there's a couple of bits, couple of chips on the door edge there. Now I mentioned to you my paint, I just run out, I only had a little bit. These will all be touched up. And you've got a little trolley dent around here. It's quite small, really small trolley dent, but we'll try and get that addressed for you as well. Hopefully pick up really good reflections. Same sort of thing on this side. Door panels, there'll be pictures of the door panels, pictures of the seats. Now the carpets are a kind of a dark grey, nearly blacky kind of fleck. Apologies if we lost a bit of the light. It's just where I've parked her under a couple of trees so we don't get too much rain on the car. Let's just show you the front as well. That looks in really good condition. There's no fraying or anything like that around the door cards. And again, the same sort of thing with the seats. You know, for a car that's 11 years of age, covered 115,000 miles, they're all in really, really good condition. It's Japanese, Nissan, Toyotas, all these kind of cars, they do wear really, really well and ultra reliable. You got your book pack over there. And you've got a glove box. Open it all up. You got a real deep glove box down there as well. Let's just come along from the front of the car to the back. Okay, hopefully again you can try and pick up the reflections. All looks really good. Just move it really slowly, you can try and see that. But there's no great big nasty gouges, no big nasty dents. A few little stone chips here and there that have some of them been touched up already, but the rest of them will be done shortly. Alloy wheels look really good. Now this is the driver's side one. They tend to be the worst ones. The worst bit on this driver's side one is right at the bottom there. There's a little bit of a chip that's been taken out of it. Apart from that, they all look good. I didn't show you the back one actually. So hopefully you can try and pick up. That's all good as well. A couple of little bits around the outer edge, but nothing major. Now, normally the worst part of any car will tend to be the front end, because that's what takes all the stone chips and what have you. Now this particular car, it's in really good condition. Again, a few little stone chips all over the bonnet, 3 or 4, I've already touched them up, that are on the sort of driver's side, and there was about 3 or 4 I think on the right hand side, but they're all been touched up. You won't really see them with this sort of camera, and even if I try and point to them, because they're only quite small. The worst little bit I have picked up, I think it was some bird lime or something like that, that's just started to, that was on there probably for a while, and it's just started to eat a little bit of the lacquer. Just zoom in, you can probably try and pick it up. But again, if I took a picture from here, like I would normally do, you wouldn't pick any of that up. And to be fair, you probably wouldn't pick any of that up in a lot of other adverts. But we just want to be honest, and a lot of our customers realise that cars, they're not going to be brand new. They are 11 years old, they've covered X amount of miles, so they're not going to be brand new, and they appreciate, you know, what we do and our honesty. So we're at just over 10 minutes now, coming up to 11, so I just wanted to thank you very much for your time. If there's anything that you found at Motorpark Vehicles that you're interested in, please send us an email, send us a text, give us a call, whatever. We'll get back to you as quickly as possible, and thank you again for your time. Bye bye.